And so there is when you read up about sensory deprivation, I like touch, but I hate touch. It's described as you both desire it, but also are repulsed by it. So I remember what it's like to be held by someone, and it is nice when you have those feelings. But in that Tibetan Book of Living and Dying as well, there was something else I was going to bring up. I can't remember what it is now. Of course, desire is the root of all suffering. So I have restructured my brain to basically eradicate desire. Apart from those triggering times, I desire nothing I don't already have. For myself, I desire lots and lots for other people, but not for myself. I have enough.
Right.
So I would like a relationship is probably the answer, but I am a nightmare to live with.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful observation, and it is interesting in the sense that part of living with people is giving and taking, and learning to find a way where you can be together, where you can presence your needs in a way that need to be presented. And you probably didn't learn how to do that in a way, because often when we're younger and we have this, I was only I was only there for my brother, right? And then also having been in the orphanage and not feeling enough, right? Not having enough, not being enough, means that you often found a way in which you became the pleaser of giving people what they didn't need. So what happened is you didn't get the reciprocity that you needed in order for you to grow and for you to develop in those structures, right? And so part of that meant that it's kind of like in the sense of, as later we look for something that's going to make us feel better. And in order to feel better, as you say, the Book of the Living and Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, part of that is for us to really fully live, we need desire. Desire is the activator. Desire is the activator. So when we have desire, it means that all of our neurology starts focusing on that one thing. Now, we know that in the world of the law of attraction and things like that, part of it, the reality is we haven't got yet what we desire. That's why we're desiring it, right? So part of it is learning how to bring that closer so that you're living in that truth day to day, so that you don't have that gap so far, right? So there's something about, as human beings, we were given energy, we were given a heart. And the heart is the seat of our desire. It's our driving force that takes us. It gives us the courage and it gives us the love. It gives us both of those things. And so I'm guessing it is really about looking at the idea of how, in the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, it's really important because the context is important. Who is it being written by? It's been written by men. That's one of the things. And men are very analytical, right? And there's the other thing of recognizing, in general, that's a generalized statement. Not all men are like that. And, so any one of the viewers that watch this, it's not that. It's just on most cases. And so teaching men to be able to be more tolerant and more in their body and more in the moment of being able to be, less evaluative. Because imposter syndrome is a syndrome of evaluation. We're looking at something, we make meaning of it, and we then make it about ourselves, right?
Right.
So, so when we do that, we're literally making comparison all the time. We have to get to the point where we don't make comparisons, and we can allow people to be who they need to be, and so long as we can learn to ask what it is that we need and we deserve, and what we want. And once we can get that and we can match those needs with somebody else, then you get a real partnership. And I think I would really speak into the fact that your friend that you have is to really look at how you get your needs met, how you presence them. And I wonder how that might then, if you had to look at how you might, if you wanted a relationship, how would you add that? How would you map it across so that you could see, I presence my needs here. In other relationships, I don't do that. How do I do it with her? What do I do differently? And just really explore those edges that are there so that you